What's going on, guys? You know it's Muscle here from the Entertainment Report podcast, and this is our final video of 2024. And I just wanted to come by and have a quick conversation with you guys. The title of this video is called "Is Beenie Man Still the King of Dancehall in 2024?" Because you've seen there's a lot of stuff been happening on social media in interviews between him and Cartel. So we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna leave that actual question for the end of the video, but we're going to go through some stuff because Beenie Man has had an amazing 2024 from the beginning of the year right until the end of the year. So I just want to highlight some of the stuff that Beenie Man has actually done for 2024 before we actually get into the real question here. Is Beenie Man the king of dancehall in 2024? All right. So first thing we have here is Beenie Man's Who Am I finally got certified gold in the US, which is 500,000 copies sold. Yep, it came out in 1998, produced by Jeremy Hardin for the Too Hard label, and it was certified gold in 2024, 500,000 copies sold. Congratulations to Beenie Man and Jeremy Hardin. In 2024, Beenie Man was also nominated for a Grammy for Best Reggae Album for his album Simma. It didn't win, but it was a very good effort on his part. It had many features from Bounty Killer, Popcorn, to so many more artists. It was actually a really good album, but it didn't win that year there. All right, in 2024, he also received two massive awards. The first one he received was a Jamaican Iconic Award. That was an award that him and Bounty Killer received both at the same time from Andrew Holness. It was amazing to see Bounty and Beenie now receiving awards at this time in their career, where they like to say they went from rivals to idols. Yeah, I mean, so big up Beenie Man and Bounty Killer for winning the award, the same day, the Jamaica Iconic Award. 2024, stellar year for Beenie Man. Since we're talking about awards, Beenie Man was awarded the prestigious Order of Distinction by the Jamaican government. Ironically, him and Bounty Killer again was bestowed the same orders on the same day, as well as Nadine Sutherland and Admiral Bailey. So congratulations to Beenie Man for winning two prestigious awards and being recognized by the Jamaican government, especially for doing dancehall, because you know when it comes to dancehall and the government, they have a funny relationship where they don't really see eye to eye, but they need each other, but they kind of it's a weird relationship. So it's one of those things, you know what I mean? Also in the stellar year that Beenie Man was having, he got engaged to his longtime friend / girlfriend, Camille. They've been involved for a long time now, and it's good to see at this point in Beenie Man's career, he actually settles down and get married. Because next time I sit down with Beenie Man, I have to ask him, how many children do you have? And I'm pretty sure he might take a while to remember all their names and stuff like that. But it's at this point in the game, I'd say, okay, Beenie Man, it's time to settle in. It's time to pack it in a bit and, you know what I mean, enjoy life. Get a wife, fly around and do all this stuff. So again, congratulations to Beenie Man and Camille for getting engaged in 2024. It was definitely a big moment in his career. Another moment was Beenie Man actually opened a restaurant called Simma. It's the same thing off of the same theme like his album Simma. He decided to open a seafood restaurant called Simma. Nice restaurant. It wasn't big or anything. It had almost like an open concept. You've seen a lot of people went there for seafood and stuff, but I don't know what had happened. It was almost like grand opening, grand closing. Because a couple months after it opened, I don't know what the issue was, what the problem was, but he had to close it down to relocate it, but he didn't announce a new opening date for the Simma seafood restaurant. Yeah, so opening Simma was another stellar moment in Beenie Man's career in 2024. Since we're talking about Beenie Man and King of Dancehall, Beenie Man is one of the greatest performers ever to come out of Jamaica when it comes to the dancehall scene. Beenie Man is a stage god. That's the man right there. So since we're talking about his performances, let's talk about where Beenie Man has been international for 2024. He's been to Dubai twice. He's been to Australia, been to New Zealand, Ethiopia, England about 3 or 4 times. 2 of the big times he went to England, one was for City Splash, amazing big monster show that happens annually in London, I think it is. Another massive show that Beenie Man was involved with was with himself, Bounty Killer, and Baby Sham, the three killer bees in Wembley Arena in the UK. It was just 2023 when Bounty Killer got back his England visa. Baby Sham never has a problem traveling. He could go anywhere. He's always good. His visa's never a problem. Beenie Man, I'm not sure if he didn't have a visa or if he was having visa issues, but I know for sure Bounty Killer for a long time didn't have a visa for the UK, so it was a massive, epic show in Wembley Arena with Beenie Man, Bounty Killer, and Baby Sham. That was one of his big shows in the UK. Since we're talking about performances also, Beenie Man opened Sumfest with an orchestra. This wasn't his typical, like, he'd be like Rough Cut and those type of bands. No, this was an orchestra, and Beenie Man worked that Sumfest stage the way that we know only Beenie Man could the first night of Sumfest. It was actually amazing to see what Beenie Man did after so long. Another amazing performance for Beenie Man was when he teamed up with the Madhouse Experience at the Red Bull Culture Clash, and they dominated that night. Madhouse Experience dominated the Red Bull Culture Clash that night there, and on the show was Beenie Man, Bounty Killer again, Baby Sham, Louis Culture, War 21, and a couple more artists. And listen, the performance was nothing short of stellar, especially, when you get Beenie and Bounty and then Sham and Suka War 21 all on one stage and they're on the Showtime back and forth. There was no coming back from that. No coming back from that whatsoever. And that was basically sealed the win for the Madhouse Experience over there, the Red Bull Culture Clash. Amazing experience right there. This right here is probably the crowning moment for Beenie Man after all these stellar things he's done throughout 2024, was actually getting his US visa reinstated after about 10 years of not being allowed to travel or perform in the US, where everybody knows when it comes to dancehall and reggae, the US is one of your bigger markets when it comes to the audience that wants to consume that type of music there. So Beenie Man getting back his visa in 2024 to go back to the US, it's gonna be amazing to see what he does after 10 years of not being in the US. So right now, again, since Beenie Man got back his visa, everybody is asking, when is Bounty Killer getting back his? So that's what we're waiting to see right now, because we'd love to see a Beenie Man Bounty Killer tour throughout the US. That would be amazing right there. If you agree, leave your thoughts in the comment. So let's get down to what we came here for, all right? Is Beenie Man still King of Dancehall in 2024? In July 2009, Beenie Man at Reggae Sumfest was crowned King of Dancehall right there. And 2 years later, I think Lady Saw was crowned Queen of Dancehall, July 2009. Now we're in December 2024. And there's been a battle brewing between Vybz Kartel and Beenie Man for this kingship here since about the last 5 or 6 years ago. Because I remember watching an interview with Winford Williams, and he asked Beenie Man specifically about Vybz Kartel and this King of Dancehall thing right here. And this is what Beenie Man had to say.
You're not taking issues with Kartel, are you?
For what reason? I'm not taking no issue with Kartel. Every man wants to be king, And I'm proud that somebody want my crown. It's like, seriously.
Okay.
Because I am not a rival to Kartel. I am not Kartel competition. You understand? I am here before him and still here with him.
Okay, here's my honest opinion. Is Beenie Man still the King of Dancehall in 2024? I would say yes. But Beenie Man, I don't think, is the only king. When it comes to international, globally, people that know in crevices and corners of the earth, Beenie Man is that guy there, especially a song like Who Am I, which everybody knows as Sim Sima. There was even a challenge earlier this year that came up again, the Sim Sima challenge, where people of all nationalities knew this man. So Beenie Man, yes, what he's done, especially in the last year to show that, yeah, he's still relevant, he's still active, I would say, yes, Beenie Man is still King of Dancehall. But now, this is where Vybz Kartel comes into play. Kartel has been incarcerated for 13 years, and he just got out a couple months ago. And in that 13 years, Kartel's been putting out hits after hits after hits. He had Fever that I think went gold and platinum. He's been doing a lot of amazing stuff, but He's only now getting out to perform. And we know that Beenie Man is the king of stage, the king of stage. And that's what Beenie Man really has over Vybz Kartel now. So then the show coming up the 31st is going to really prove to the world if Vybz Kartel is the new king of dancehall by his performance, because right now the buzz on that show is off the racks. It's crazy, it's wild. People from everywhere, I mean from everywhere, is flying into Jamaica to see the show here. So Freedom Street is going to be a real proving grounds for Vybz Kartel. But this is a caveat right here. You see, Freedom Street is promoted by Joe Bogdanovich and Scatto, which are also involved with Reggae Sumfest. And as I told you earlier, Beenie Man was crowned in 2009 at Reggae Sumfest. I have to put this on record. So if this happens, you could say I said it. If it didn't, you guys could come back in the comments and say what you have to say. I think at the show, they are going to publicly dethrone Beenie Man and publicly crown Vybz Kartel as the king of dancehall in front of the audience on his biggest stage that he's ever had. So then now, if they do that, that's going to leave Beenie Man in a real funny situation now, because now that they bestowed the king on Vybz Kartel, who are you now, Beenie Man? That's the real question. Who is Beenie Man? Are we discarding all of the work that he's done? No, that would be impossible. Is he still that column in dancehall that's putting that work from in the 80s till right? Yes. Can it be erased? No. But possibly, is there a new king in town? It's quite possible. And it might be on display at Freedom Street. I just wanted to put that on record so you could understand that, yes, this is Vybz Kartel's biggest moment right now. Biggest moment, Freedom Street. Why wouldn't they do that? And him and Beenie Man's been going back and forth about this king of dancehall. So you know what? My thoughts are, they're going to dethrone him publicly at Freedom Street. So what's your thoughts? After Freedom Street, will Beenie Man still be considered king of dancehall? Whether it happens the way in the scenario that I laid out for you, or it doesn't happen that way. What's your thoughts? Leave it in the comments and let's talk. I'm going to be answering the comments back and forth. I really want to get this into a good conversation, see what you guys think, all right? Thank you for watching.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.